I think I'm live. Awesome. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another community call from SubQuery. It's great to talk to you today in January. Welcome to 2024. I don't know why the slides there are saying 2023. It's actually 2024, as you know. It's great to be back. I hope everyone here has had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's break, a wonderful holiday break. And I hope everyone's come back to 2024 with excitement. It's going to be a big year. Things are going crazy right now. There's a lot of interest right now in Web3, including with the Bitcoin ETF that's potentially going to go live at some point soon. And right in the middle of it is our community call from SubQuery. So thank you for joining wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, good night. And thank you for joining this community call. Of course, it's recorded. It's streamed on YouTube Live. And if you have any questions, you can post them in the comments section of this YouTube channel. I am watching the comments section, or you can put them into our Discord and our general channel. I can hear in my headphones that Discord is going absolutely wild right now. I'm getting like dings every few seconds, but I will be going through that a bit later. So feel free to put your questions through and let's get started. All right, so as always, we kind of go through three main areas of our community call: the core product, the community growth, and the SubQuery network. Now, this presentation today is mostly about community and the network, so we'll start with the core product and move through it pretty quickly. I want to talk about a few networks that we've added support for, especially the notable ones. We've added support for many networks in the last month. I think we've added about 15 in the last month. But the main two were Cello, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, which is a major EVM network out there, and Immutable, which is getting a lot of interest in the space. Immutable is a huge network. It's actually based out of Australia, which is very close to where I am. And we've been happy to provide support for them. We've written a nice guide around how to index immutable data and the NFTs on there. It's all there. Now, that takes our total network support as of today to 125 networks, and that's growing. We've got plans to get that up to our next milestone. Our target is 150, and I think we'll get there pretty quickly, actually. I think maybe next time that you hear from me on a community call, we might be there. We've got a roadmap of EVM networks, of Cosmos networks, of Polkadot zones, and also some other maybe new layer ones that we're looking at as well over the next month. I hope that we can get ourselves up to 150, which, of course, as I said many times, that makes us by far the largest dynamic, flexible data index of any indexes out there. We support the widest variety of chains. And this has always been our goal. I've been saying this for years. Our mission of SubQuery is to provide the best tool, and the best tool is the right tool that works with you and supports you where you are. So we want to provide tools that work with you wherever you are, wherever you're building your application. SubQuery should work and support you. So 125 support networks and growing. And if you don't see your network, if you want to add support for your network, reach out to us. Just send us a message. In fact, someone even reached out to us earlier today in our Discord channel, asking us to provide support for the Cosmos zone. So that's kind of stuff that we really like to hear from our team, and we can quickly add support for these different networks. So let's move to community area. This is putting a lot of effort into community, and I'm sure if you've been around our community for some time, you'll notice that over the last week or so, there's been a huge spike of people joining our community. We've been ramping up our marketing efforts, and you can see the impact of that right now. There's people joining our Discord every second, and we've even opened up new community channels in the last few days. So the main ones I want to talk about is this new SubQuery Seekers program. We launched this yesterday. It's been open for almost 24 hours, I think about 21 hours right now. It's a massive new program for us. It's a 50 million SQT community challenge, and it's a way that we can kind of give back to our community. So the idea with this is that we're going to put 50 million SQT into this challenge, and essentially people or anyone in our community can join the challenge, can complete tasks and challenges. And at the end of the program, in about 3 months, we will distribute this 50 million SQT to the participants in the program. So it's very easy to start. So for example, it integrates with Zeely. So if you've done stuff in Zeely already, those points will be carried over. If you've been participating in our decentralized pre-mainnet network called Kepler, those points will also be recognized, and we'll be adding more challenges over time. But essentially, join up now, complete onboarding, and start receiving points. Now, we are aware that, I think it's actually a summary slide here, sorry. So the more referrals that you give, the more points multipliers you can also get, and we'll be adding more challenges as well. So for example, I might add a challenge soon around those that have completed KYC within a certain period for the mainnet sale. We'll be adding a challenge for that, for example. There might be a challenge in the future of those that participate in a public sale. There'll be lots of challenges coming through over time. So keep up to date. We'll be emailing out notifications of new challenges, of course, and also make sure you follow our Discord and join our Telegram, because we'll be adding updates there as well. In terms of how it looks, once you're in, it kind of looks like this. There's a list of different challenges that you can complete, and you can go out there and do them. Now, we are working through, there's some reports that the Zeely integration isn't quite picking up the data, so we are working on that right now. The developers are looking at that as I speak. It's only been out for 17 hours, so bear with us, but we are working through it now. And just looking at it about 5 minutes ago, we have a total of 7,000 participants. I think actually about 7,500 participants as of now, which is just insane. In fact, looking at it right now on the other screen, 7,623 participants have signed up to the SubQuery Seekers program in less than 24 hours and are starting to look and earn rewards. So how cool is that? About 7,600 wallets have signed up to the Seekers program in the last 24 hours. Really cool. In terms of people who have made points that people can make hundreds of wallets and sign up. So yes, we're aware of that. What we're doing is we've made it so that now you have to verify your email address. So when you enter your email address, we'll send a link to your email and you have to verify. And in order to get referral bonuses, the people that you refer will have to verify the email. So you can't just create thousands of wallets. They'll have to be verified users via the email address. And we'll do a quick call soon around people that have done that we suspect have been inviting or doing cyber attacks by inviting lots of wallet addresses. We'll be going through a purge in a few days. Essentially, if users haven't verified the email address, we'll just we won't count that as a referral. So we'll go through that soon and just update on the Seekers. So make sure if you have signed up yesterday or like 12 hours ago, go to that website page again, seekers.subquery.foundation, and you'll be prompted, if you haven't already, to verify. You can click on a link to get a verification email and get that email and verify your account so you maintain the referrals that you get and you maintain that account over the long term. So another thing we want to talk about is we've done a lot of work with other partners out there. We've been doing a lot of effort over the last month to get SubQuery documentation in many different websites. So for example, we have now got guides on like Avalanche's homepage, Fetch's homepage, Ref Finance, many different chains. I think about 25 different chains right now. We have got our documentation as part of their official documentation. And that's the idea behind this, is that when people go to these ecosystems and they want to start learning how to build, let's say, an Avalanche, and they go through Avalanche's official documentation, they see under data indexes, here's some documentation about how SubQuery works and where you can find a quick start guide and where you can get started. So we've been working a lot with our partners out there. There's a lot of networks that we support, of course, 125, but we've been doing those one by one. I think now we've got about 30 different partner networks that we've added documentation to, which is really cool. And then we've done a lot of Twitter Spaces recently in December. I did a great one of Fetch AI and Akash called AI Meets Blockchains that talked about the importance of AI and how it was dealt with in blockchains. And then, of course, so this is coming up. I'm doing one later this next week, but AI means blockchains. And then Sam, the CEO of SubQuery, and I will be doing an exclusive one just a week before the public sale. And there'll be a kind of an AMA format where you can come on to Twitter Spaces, you can ask, or X Spaces as it's now called, and you can ask any questions you want. By that point, we'll have everything released, and feel free to jump on and ask us any questions you want before the public sale. That will be on the 23rd of January, which is a Tuesday, and make sure you join and have some good questions for us, because we'll be answering them live on that Twitter Spaces or the X Spaces right there for you. Now, just a reminder, if we have actually recently created a brand new community Telegram group. So previously we just had an announcements Telegram. We have just opened up a community Telegram, and I can see people have been joining over the last 24 hours. If you haven't joined, and if you want to talk more about SubQuery, if you want to discuss SubQuery with your friends or other people that are interested in it, if you want to talk about different challenges, and you don't like Discord, for example, then there's now a Telegram for you. There's now a Telegram community. It's open. It's a community channel. So scan that QR code or paste in that link. It's pretty easy to remember. And join. Please do. I'll see you there. I'll be on there all afternoon. And send me a message, say hi. So let's talk about the SubQuery network. We're doing a lot of work on this right now. We're actually in kind of like the final kind of testing phase right now, and there's a lot of stuff happening. So we're very close to the public sale. Of course, we've been talking about this. I announced this on the 20th of December last year, last call of the year. We announced the public sale date would be on the 30th of January, 2024. And then earlier this month, we announced a few more terms around the public sale. This is going to be one of the biggest public sales of the year. We can't wait for it to happen, and it's very close. It's less than 20 days to go, about 20 days from here on out to the public sale, and there's a lot to be done by then. If you missed the details that we released on in early January, the key things are that all participants will have a bonus Genesis NFT airdrop to them. We'll be doing the TGE only weeks after. So the SQT distribution will happen on TGE. It won't happen on the public sale. Of course, it's how it normally happens. Some networks out there, they like do a public sale, and you have to wait like 6 months for the TGE, for your tokens to come. We will only have the TGE date. We're ready for the SubQuery network. We're proven through the Kepler network that we're ready to launch it. And so our goal was to have it launched within 2 weeks after the public sale date. So once we do a public sale, we can process all the sale information. We can code in the distribution of those tokens, and we can launch the network and do the TGE all within a few weeks. And that's our kind of goal. So you won't have to wait, unlike other public sales I've seen been talked about recently, where some of them have like the public sale now, and you have to wait all the way to like June or May to receive the tokens, or for the tokens in be TG'd. And that brings the next thing, which is like there is also no lockup on SubQuery's public sale tokens. We've been very open with that. We think it's important that as soon as you participate and as soon as the network launches, you can use these public sale tokens to stake or delegate or participate in the network. We think it's really important that people can acquire these SQT tokens and start using them immediately. So there's no lockup period, there's no vesting period. As soon as the TGE happens, you will have the tokens, you'll be able to claim the tokens, and you'll be able to immediately start delegating or staking them within the SubQuery network. And that's what we hope you can do, right? So you can start earning yield off those tokens, and you can start participating in the decentralized network. Make sure you KYC on the sale page. I'll send a link on the next slide. But if you have, if you want to participate, there's no harm KYCing today. It should take only a few minutes, but in some cases, people might need to have longer reviews. Don't be the kind of person that gets caught out on the day of the sale where they haven't had the KYC started and they miss out on everything because their KYC took too long to get approved. So get onto that now, KYC today, and don't delay on that. It's very straightforward. It's just a photo ID and a liveness check. And of course, there are some excluded jurisdictions. Unfortunately, that's what the lawyers tell us we have to do. And of course, the sale will only be open for 24 hours. It's a short one, so get in quick. Don't miss out. 8 a.m. on the 30th of January, 2024, UTC time. Don't miss out. On our sale page, there's like a link. You can get the time zone converted. You can add it to your calendar. It's all there. So if you want to get more information about that, head to our sale page here using this QR code. It's subquery.foundation/sale. Subquery.foundation/sale. I'll put in the link here. Yeah, it's in the comments. Excellent. So that's the sale. People have been asking us about pricing and valuation. Our plan, everyone knows here that the crypto markets change so quickly. So our plan is to kind of announce that in a week and a half's time. Before we have that community call with Sam and I on the X, the Twitter Spaces, but we'll have that later on, and so you'll know what the price is well beforehand. But it just gives us time to understand where the market is, to talk to some of our investors to figure out the best valuation that maximizes the return on investment for participants in the sale, but also provides a good kind of valuation to start with. This is a very tricky calculation. It's not an easy number to come up with, but it will be a big project. We're a big project already, one of the biggest indexes in the world, and our vision's massive. There's a massive opportunity ahead of us and for all people that participate in the sale. So a few other things. We've been working behind the scenes on a lot of stuff for the RPC support in the network. So it hasn't been much in terms of changes in the current Kepler network, but one notable thing we have added is we're partnered with Space ID. Space ID is a decentralized identity provider. So we've already partnered with ENS, but we've now joined forces with Space ID as well. And that allows us to provide decentralized identities through their domain name lookup registry in the SubQuery Kepler network, but also in the mainnet. So that means the indexers or delegators, if you have a decentralized identity through Space ID or through ENS, which I recommend you do have, right? There's nothing more painful than having to type in a long hexadecimal string to send or to find someone. It's much easier to type in, let's say, subquery.network as the ENS address. So I do recommend you check out those and sign up for one yourselves, but it means you can now see indexes and delegators and see their identity in the network through Space ID and ENS. So another thing I want to talk about today is the roadmap. This is kind of running an article about this later today, but I thought I'd share with you a few things that's on our list right now with a roadmap, and we'll be sharing this soon. But I want to go through a network roadmap that we're planning to launch and kind of explain some of the key sections that we're working towards over the next few months. This is the high-level roadmap. We'll go through these one by one. I don't know if I might make this full screen so you can see this a bit better. There we are. Okay. So where we are right now, blue box, we're in the SubQuery Kepler pre-mainnet. We've launched it. We've been running for some while. It's been running well. And that's been operating perfectly fine. We expect the Kepler will run up to when we launch the mainnet. And then we'll have a period of a day, let's say, where we'll transfer all of the indexes from Kepler and all the delegation from Kepler to the mainnet. And that's when we'll launch the mainnet. So they won't overlap. Kepler will finish when the mainnet starts. Okay. What's up next? Of course, well, we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes right now on onboarding customers, onboarding new data indexing customers to the network. We've just added one of Polkadot's largest wallets, Nova Wallet, to the network. We're adding more, and also that includes RPC providers at the moment, where we're talking to them a lot now around providing their RPC support through the network. But coming out next, the main event is the public token sale, which I'm sure you're all aware of, on the 30th of January. That is the most anticipated token sale of 2024, and it's a chance for us to distribute our tokens to our community. Then in early February, as I said, a week or two after the public token sale, we plan to launch the mainnet. That's when Kepler will finish and the mainnet will start. It'll be the new era of decentralized infrastructure, and it will seamlessly start and work from day one. There'll be no bootstrapping period, it'll be off. We've already done all that. The main event next, though, is the RPC support launch. So this is when we start providing support for RPCs on our mainnet. It might happen at mainnet launch. I probably think it might be a week or two later than the mainnet launch, just to be safe. But essentially, we'll enable it, and it will onboard some RPC providers. And through the SubQuery network, you'll be able to, in a decentralized way, access RPCs. Now, RPCs are the backbones of the applications that we use today. So if you use a wallet, if you use an NFT platform, anything that interacts with blockchain, it communicates to the blockchain through an RPC provider. They are so kind of fundamentally important to the applications that we use on a day-to-day basis. But the problem with RPC providers is that they are still very centralized. So that's what we're trying to solve here at the SubQuery network and its RPC support. And we're going to be allowing any RPC provider to register themselves and to serve requests through the SubQuery network, through the decentralized network. Through a proxy that we run, we'll decentralize and proxy your requests to different RPC providers. And that will seamlessly work with the data index is also running in the SubQuery network. So the best part of this is that data indexes that are running there can also use the network to provide RPC or to query RPCs for their data indexes, which will then use the network to sell those data to other people. So it's kind of like we're using the network for two different things here, but both coexist nicely. Later than that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing the SubQuery data node. Now, I think we posted a big proposal about this morning. We've been writing up some documentation for the Ethereum community about this. But essentially, we plan to enhance RPCs. Now, the problem with RPCs right now is that they are very inefficient. They've been coded specifically for consensus, and they haven't been coded for performance. So we're going to rewrite RPCs to focus on performance and to allow support for a few different queries that you can't do natively to make the performance lot better. And that means that SubQuery will get a lot higher performance as part of these enhanced RPCs. We'll call it the SubQuery data node. And we'll be able to deliver that through the network. And then finally, the final step is to democratize RPCs. Now, RPCs are huge. They're very expensive. An Ethereum archive is like 16 terabytes of SSD storage, which is a ridiculous amount of storage. And so they're very costly to run. And that leaves them in the realm of very big RPC providers. You don't find many small independent RPC providers for chains like Ethereum because it's just too costly to run. What we're doing with democratizing RPC services is we plan to split up the RPCs into a lot of smaller RPCs. And so as an individual, you might only have the small part of the chain, but as a hive, the network has the entirety of the chain and can proxy these requests to the right block range that's required. Now, we just released a guide about this. I'll share a link to it now. And it's aimed to solve a nice little proposal called EIP 4444, which is a Ethereum improvement proposal. And it's our proposal for how to fix that. So have a read of this blog article that I just posted in the comments. It's quite technical, but it's also interesting to read about how we plan to do this and you know, the roadmap that we're trying to take. Just some questions I want to answer while I'm here. Artist Shelf says, you say that you'll distribute tokens to the community 2 weeks after TG in February, but the drop program is designed until April 10th. The drop program I think he's referring to is the SubQuery Seekers quest or challenge. Essentially, we will distribute tokens from the public sale, yes, within 2 weeks. We'll probably distribute or airdrop the tokens rewarded from the Seekers program after April 10th. Now, they could be two separate events here, right? They don't necessarily have to be the same thing. But it means that we can use the Seekers program to also encourage people to participate in the network and to engage with the network as part of the quests around that. So we can use the Seekers program to like set quests for different participation of the actual mainnet itself. Now we may do a small, like we may drop some of the Seekers allocation at TGE. We're thinking about doing that potentially, like half of it or a third. Not sure at this stage, but it will finish in April 10th, and we'll make sure that all those rewards go up at least then. Crypto Channel has asked, please tell me when detailed tokenomics will be published. It will be before public sale, absolutely. And it will be before the X Twitter Spaces that I suggest that we're having. And I gave you the date, which is the 23rd of January. So I expect it will be around between the 20th and 23rd of January. We'll be releasing detailed tokenomics, including pricing, valuation, everything else. Jim Cowan's got a question. Will the enhanced RPCs be built on top of existing node software or your own implementation? We plan to fork Geth. That is it in short. We're going to plan to build a fork of Geth and do some major improvements that we can see that are required, and then make it more easier to run in a decentralized manner. So that hopefully answers your question, a fork of Geth. Randy's asked, does the TGE happen at the same time if exchanges are listing? The thing with exchanges listing is that contractually, you're not allowed to talk about any exchange listings before they happen. I can tell you we're talking to many exchanges right now, and I can tell you that we're in advanced conversations, close to signing agreements with many exchanges, but I can't tell you anything about what exchanges they are or when they will be contractually. This is from the exchanges, but yes, we hope to have, or we plan to have, or expect to have exchanges with the TGE. Will the participants of the private round receive the Genesis NFT? Yes. Any participant in the... Oh, that's a good question, actually. We probably should do another NFT for you guys that participate in the private round. I'll talk to the team about that. I think you probably should be eligible for your own NFT that's more special. So thanks for those questions. Any more, please put them in the comments. There's a Zeli code word for today. Diamond hands for SQT. That is your code word if you are on Zeli and you want to participate. I think that's a nice little bunch of rewards for watching and joining this call. So make sure you enter Diamond hands SubQuery tokens for SQT. It's all in one word, all lowercase. This hasn't updated because it's a slide deck, and unfortunately Google Slides don't update when you're presenting them, but the winner is actually Johan Saya. I put them in the comments here where I commented the name. You are an instant winner of 500 XP on Zeli. Please send Suchi a DM in Discord to arrange that if you can. Excellent work. Congratulations. And that was the main presentation. It was a short one today. We've already kind of done a lot of calls with you guys around on the 20th of December, for example. So there was not a lot to cover things. It's still early in the month. Are there any other questions that I can answer before we close this community call up and wrap it up? Just a reminder for people that are having issues getting the Zeli update in the SubQuery Seekers program. We're working on that right now. Your points aren't lost. We just need to make sure that the code is matching you correctly. And also, if you're in Discord, please welcome all the new joiners. There's a bunch of new joiners that are jumping in. Please welcome them, say hi, and give them the best SubQuery love that you can. And don't forget, guys, make sure you join our new Telegram channel. There's a bunch of new stuff in there. It's great to see you guys all join in there. And I look forward to saying hi to you guys on there. Send me a message. Excellent. Well, if there is nothing else, then thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming along. And this will be the last community call before the public sale, although we're having a Twitter Spaces and X Spaces beforehand. It's a pleasure talking to you all. I can't wait to talk to you after the public sale. I can't wait to talk to you. Hope maybe next time we talk, the network will have been launched. But it's a pleasure to join you. And thanks all for joining. It was great. And wherever you are in the world, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Bye.